Clip 332, sharing in a ratio. Okay, so there's two main ways of sharing in ratios. So we're going to do the first one with both methods. So method 1. So we can either write the ratio down and then decide what's going to go under each one. So let's just double check the ratio of the boys to girls. So remember to put it in the right order, just put a little label above each one to say which bit of the ratio corresponds to each other. There are 40 students in the class. So at the minute I've got 8 students, but I want 40 altogether. How many students are boys? So a couple of ways of doing it. Put 3 boxes under that one, because that corresponds to 3 parts. Put 5 boxes under this one, because that corresponds to 5 parts. If I add all these boxes up, I would get 40. So how are you going to decide what's in each box? Well, I've got 8 parts, so I need to split 40 into 8 parts. So 40 divided by 8 is 5. That means 1 part is 5. So I'm going to put a 5 in each of these boxes. So what does that make? Well, that means I've got 15 boys because I add all them together. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 boys. So does it add up to 40? Yes, it does. 25 plus 15 is 40. So how many boys? 15 boys. Okay, that's one way of doing it. The second way. So start with 3 to 5. Add up both parts. What's the smallest number of people I can have in that ratio? Well, that would be 8. But I haven't got 8, I've got 40. What do I have to multiply by to get 40? Well, that'll be 5. So I do the same to both of those ratios, times by 5, and I get 15 and 25. Double check that adds up to 40, it does. Same thing, which one's which? Boys, girls. That's the boys, that's the girls. So answer 15. So for the next 2 questions, I want you to decide which of those methods you want to do. I'm going to stick with this method 2. So first step, read the question. Boys to girls is 4 to 3. Right, let's write that ratio down. 4 to 3, boys, girls. There are 35 students altogether. How many more boys than girls are there? So there's a little extra bit in this once we've done the question. So what's the smallest number you can have? Add them up, you get 7. But I don't want 7, I've got 35. So I have to times by 5. 4 5s are 20. 3 5s are 15. Does it add up to 35? Yes, it does. Now this time, how many more boys than girls? So there's 20 boys, 15 girls. There's 5 more boys. And a third question. Dan, Richard and Nick share £70 in the ratio 1 to 3 to 1. How much money does each person get? Right, I'll stop there and do this question. So it's 1 to 3 to 1. That's Dan, Richard, Nick. Now, the smallest amount you can have is 3 plus 1 plus 1 is 5. I haven't got 5, I've got £70 to share. What do you do to get from 5 to 70? Well, if you can't do that in your head, do 70 divided by 5, which is 14. So I've got to make this 14 times bigger. So 14, that's 14 as well, and 3 14s are 42. Check it works. 40, 50, 60, 68, 70. Correct. Then it says, how much more does Richard get than Dan? So Dan gets 14 and Richard gets 42. So how much more does he get? Well, that would be a takeaway. and that'll be £28.